What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Recess Podcast. The Recess Podcast is dedicated This podcast is dedicated to shining light on urban baseball. Big shout out to our official sponsor, Content Maven Media. She's Chrissy. She's behind the scenes. Make sure y'all go give her a follow, check her out. And you need to get in the studio and get your video looking like this, contact Maven Media. But without further ado, we have a very special episode today. Before I get started, got to give a shout out to both my co-hosts, the bearded coach, the South Suburban representative.
You better recognize, man. You better doggone recognize.
I already know we got a little heated before the show, and then we
had to wake us up a little bit.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? That's all.
Then we got my main man, Booker Hatchet from Stone Terrace.
Hello.
For those who know who Stone Terrace is, on 85, 86, say the address, man.
8540 South Parnell, Apartment C3. That's where I was born. Hello.
So you know you got the city in South Burbs here, but representing the South Burbs, we got a young man. He's an Eastern Michigan baseball commit, all state in Illinois as a baseball player. The one, the only, Homewood-Flossmoor, next up and coming star, Demir Heidelberg. Welcome to the show.
What's up? Welcome, man. This makes me feel good. Finally got some suburban talent surrounding me right now, man. So I'm super happy that you're here. So welcome to the show, man.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Demir? How you doing, man?
Good.
Man, it's been a long time I've been knowing this young man, you know?
You gonna cry?
I am. You know, Coach Booker's a big softie, but, you know, this young man I've seen go from here to here. He's always been a kid that grinds. He's been a kid that just always worked. When the first time I seen him, you know, his bat was probably about bigger than him, and he swung it so hard. When I first looked at him, I said, man, this kid's gonna be real tough. And lo and behold, look at him now, man. Eastern Michigan commit. Demir, how you feel, man?
Great. Can't complain, you know.
Can't complain?
Nah.
And you should.
What's up, man? So let's talk about it a little bit, man. When you started playing the game of baseball, and who got you falling in love with it?
The first person who kind of introduced me to baseball was my mom. And my dad, it was funny because my dad wanted me to play basketball the whole time. And I like both. I really didn't care which one I played, whatever one I was better at. But I always played basketball at a younger age, and I played baseball in the little Metro League, the little Homewood League, and Coach E hit my dad up one day, or it was Coach Marcus, and we had one time the park. It was some random. What park was it? Some random park,
Man,
and
one of them hood parks in Homewood. I don't know.
I know it was in Homewood, man.
Hey, man, let the
I don't think it was in Homewood. It was a random park, and it was like a little tryout, and I remember we took a picture and everything, and from then on, I started playing for Jim, and Jim kind of made my game more competitive. I wasn't really, I was doing it for fun. Then when I came to Jim, Coach Marcus, Coach Ernest, they were telling me that Coach Marcus was kind of telling me to stop playing basketball for baseball because he said I had some potential. So I kind of just, after that, I kind of just fell in love with baseball. I don't know, it became second nature to me when I started getting good coaches around, and it's really it.
So again, you started young, right? When was that moment you realized, okay, this is what I'm going to pursue? What did you have that actual moment?
It was one game we were at South Holland, and I remember I was always one of the bigger kids on the team, and everybody used to tell me that I didn't use my legs to swing, and I would still hit the ball really hard. So it was this one game. It was my first. I think it was my first home run.
Okay.
And I barely. I don't even know if I really swung hard, but I remember I hit it, and it was I don't know. It just hit it so far. I was man, I don't know. It's something about my first home run. That feeling just made me I really could do something with this. And ever since I was young, I always wanted to be Division I pro in whatever sport. I always had that athletic. I had hunger. I wanted to make something out of my sports. I have my athletic ability. So
Talk about the support, having a mom, having a dad that forces you on and wants to be great at this, and having parents that's not going to allow you to fall off.
Oh man, yeah, my dad was a big part in just keeping me stay the course, just keeping me working. He always had me working out since I was 9, and like 3rd grade I was going to the gym. Had me athletic trainer at 9, and not many kids had that, so I definitely had an advantage. He definitely kept me working, whatever it was, basketball, baseball, whatever. He definitely told me how to be more than just like, not just the sports. He always had like being a man. He was an entrepreneur. So it was like, he taught me how to like make my business, get some money.
Yep.
Also with the sports too. Kept me hungry.
That entrepreneurship, your father seen it in you, and seeing you right now transition from when you was at gym to watching you play in HF. It's, you took it in yourself and say, I'm my own CEO. Yeah. I'm my own man. I'm my own brand. So, you got to give kudos to your moms and pops for that. But, being at gym.
And shout out to mom. Your mom, she's in the studio.
What's up right now? She probably over there going to share it to her baby.
That's my baby. I got a funny story about Michi. I got to say it right quick. So, mom and Demir, y'all don't know this. But he used to call me at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm telling you, man. I'm looking at the game. James supposed to have 4 hits. He only got 3. I'm mad. Yeah. And I say, man, don't nobody care about no game changer. Chill. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna listen to you. I'm gonna shut up just because it's you, E. But he was, man, that was my man, so passionate. And he had a blonde mohawk. And I said, hey, man.
His dad.
He walked around with a blonde mohawk. Yeah.
I remember that. You got to be him for real.
Yeah.
We had the matching mohawk.
Yeah, y'all did.
Y'all did.
It's crazy because I tell every parent and I tell every player, behind every great athlete is a crazy dad.
Yeah. My dad, he definitely was crazy. He had his baseball friends. He still had, what's it called? He called Bohannon. You remember Bohannon? Called Bohannon. He would call Bohannon dad all the time. They would always be on the phone. We'd be like, man, is that your boyfriend or something? Y'all always be talking. Or he would be on the phone with you and Marcus. We'd be like, man, y'all always talking.
But
it's, just seeing you transition, man, and being in HF now. And let's just talk about, your career at HF so far. It was going, and, how does it feel, having Coach Marcus over there now?
And man, it's a great feeling having somebody that you're comfortable with, being your high school coach, because a lot of kids don't get that. A lot of kids are put in a situation where they don't have a coach that they really don't like or they really can't trust. But I can really trust Coach Marcus and making the right decision. And since he had me since I was younger, it's just like, I don't know, it's just kind of like back when we were young, like when I was young. So
I think you'll be a little bit crazier now because he's a dad.
Oh yeah, he definitely already. Man, we already doing bear calls.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, we didn't do that last year.
Exactly.
Let's go make sure y'all ready though. So I got a question for you. When we had Dylan Head on the IG series, one of the things that he said for young ball players is to make sure you watch the game in order to grow in the game. So talk about some of the players that you've watched, whether they're, high school ball players or pro ball players. Talk about some of those players that you've seen that you kind of model your game after.
My favorite player is Cody Bellinger. I try to always, keep up with him. He's in Chicago now, so I always watched his game. I just liked how the way he came with an approach back when he was in the Dodgers and stuff. When he was in the MVP race, he always had like a nice approach and was a home run hitter and also kind of had a little speed to him too. So,
you know what's crazy about them? Both of them have similar swings. Seriously. Except he's on the left side.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Real tall dude. So
yeah, but like I said, just going to watch you and let's get into it right now while you really
I've been waiting on this. Thank you. Come on, Buck.
Let's talk about this classic, man.
Come on, appreciate it.
Oh yeah, I'm
talk about the classic last year.
Don't spare nothing.
How did you feel on that walk-off last year? And just talk about the experience of playing in it and just give everybody a preview of what's going to happen this year.
All right, so the first time we figured out we were in the Classic, I forgot where we were at. I think we were in Coach Marcus' classroom. He told us we were going to play in the Classic. And obviously, we were all excited. We were like, yeah, man, this is going to be big because, like, South Suburbs coming in now. We finna shake something. So we said it. We said we was like, we don't want to play Kenwood. We don't want to play Simeon. We want to play Lane Tech. We want to play the best. So when we got that game, we were we were excited to play them. And the lead up to the game, it was fun. We was in the bus playing the music and everything. Yeah. And when the game was like there, it was just so surreal. It was just like everybody was there.
Yep.
Even though it was an early game, everybody was there and it was a live crowd. It was almost like one of the biggest stages I played in. And even after the game, like we stayed after and watched all the other games. It was just a great event. It was fun. We stayed there all night, went to Canes after. It was a great experience.
Good stuff.
This year, y'all got to go to Uncle Remus. Shout out to Uncle Remus.
Make sure y'all get that chicken, man, and
yes, sir.
Enjoy yourselves with that, because it's shout out to our new sponsor, right?
Surprise. We're going to surprise y'all a little later.
Okay, all right.
Wink, wink.
So, Demir, talk about, some of the plays that you made last year playing in the Classic, and, when you first stepped up to bat and just hearing the crowd, looking at the big crowd and hearing people talk trash and, knowing that it was city versus suburbs, just talk about that feeling when you first got to the plate. Say, you know what, it's on.
Man, when I first got to the plate, it was this is actually a crazy story because this was the first time I was batting leadoff ever in the season, and I had an interview right before, and I didn't even know I was batting leadoff. And the interviewer was saying that I was batting leadoff. I was like, wait, is that right? Because I was batting 3. I didn't know I was batting leadoff. So I came up batting leadoff. It was just, I don't know. I was ready for the moment. I heard all the people around me. I was just ready, and I hit a little blooper single in there. I think I stole a base after. But it was just, it was hype. It was, everybody was there.
It was good, man. And, it's going to be like that this year. So, just use this, playing in the Classic, and continue to have a great season. I know I'm looking forward to watching you in college. Talk about, for some of the kids, the younger kids, I look up to you guys now because it's crazy. Now you're that role model now for the young kids that's looking at you, especially being one of, the top dogs when you was playing with Ace and things of that nature. And now you got the 12-year-old kids looking at you, and now you have to be a leader and a role model. What is some of the advice that Demir now will give a younger Demir earlier?
I would say just the biggest thing is take the weight room really serious. If you have that, just having that step ahead in the weight room, having the eye tests for like scouts or just anything, that will help you. It plays a major role. Like I know a lot of people who started late in the weight room and didn't really take it serious. But if you just start in the weight room early, get what you have done, get it out the way, not also will you be healthy, have a good body, have a good physique, you'll also have that athletic edge on everybody. So just stay in the weight room, really.
Well, Demir, man, we want to say, man, we thank you, man. We appreciate you for, coming out, man. And, April 12th, man, 2025 is going to be live, And
I'm definitely looking forward to it because, again, I think Lane is trying to get some get back. But like my man Demir said, hey, I don't know now.
Coming different this year. It's our last year.
Is it different or is it going to be more of the same with a little bit of extra?
We coming different this year. We coming different.
You got any shout out you want to send out? Shout out to your teammates and stuff like that and tell them what's going to happen?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the whole team at HF. Shout out my boy Mateos. Both Mateos. Shout out the whole team. Really, we finna come different because we all played freshman year together and we won conference that year. And this year it's finna be the same. We're gonna win conference, win the Classic, win every big game. We're gonna have a deep playoff run.
Come on now.
We gonna be gritty this year. Very gritty. That's the key word this year. Gritty.
I like that.
Gritty. Lane Tech, you hear that? Gritty.
Gritty.
Well, with that being said, man, Demir, we appreciate you, my brother. And, God bless you and the family. And I can't wait to watch you play in college. But more importantly, I can't wait to see you go off on this Classic, man. So I want to thank you and I appreciate you, man. And keep doing what you do, man. And